Houston ready to boot it deep and get this game going. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Sooners offense will have first crack at this one. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense, is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense, their strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after.
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage and got it out to the 41 with a first down.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old, great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen. A guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries. This dude has it in him, though, and I'm sure he's reminding a lot of people in the stadium right now of good old Marcus Dupree.
Back to pass. The quick out. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. The Sooners are rolling down the field.
Here we go.
Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got him downfield. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners! You want to make sure this Boomer Sooner crowd gets it going early. That is one way to get it done.
And we get to break out the Sooner schooner. The wagon gets to come out. Everybody gets jacked up. Everybody gets excited. Oklahoma has an electric atmosphere. And when these fans get involved early like this, good luck.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Bringing it back. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the Houston Cougars offense will have its first possession of the game. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the thing. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You got to worry about the ground game. You got to get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Trying play action. Oh, they're after him. He's going to run it. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise boys, and the Palace on the parry on third down. Complete out of the backfield. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the running back has it. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're going to run it to the right. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. They'll try to start the second quarter by putting points on the board with a field goal. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quickly complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big... And look, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Second down, he'll throw it. Got the quick pass. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They've got it at the 41. 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Fakes to grab. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the counter. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught.
He'll try to pop the draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires it incomplete.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And this one splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
And they got the completion, but still looking at a 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to... Well, that time on the option play, I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
He'll take it himself. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. They'll run it to the right side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This crowd knows when to bring it. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Makes the catch near the sideline, but he's down immediately before he gained an inch. They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Looking to fire. Trying to bull his way in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. So now on fourth down, they'll try to salvage a 3 and just get points before halftime. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. On fourth down, they'll try to get something out of this drive before the end of the half. No good. And it is still a 4-point deficit.
And those sting for this team. I'll tell you what, when you drive the field against a really, really good defense and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little bit because I thought the offense did a good job moving the ball down the field.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Sooners will kick it away to start the second half. Inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Houston offense once again. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And this offense wants to get back in the football game. It starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A third down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Soft spot in the middle. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line. And the Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. You could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
Looking to throw on third. Makes the grab on the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cougars have this offense rolling. Touch pass on the right. Turning it on. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. This quarterback part of their running game. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Out of the gun, the inside give. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Touchdown, Cougars! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They think there's room to run to the right here. He's got a yard out to the... line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper. But they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort. Right now, they're making the most plays.
These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmaker.
Breaks into the open.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Lets it fly to the end zone and is picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Blue.
Guys in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll run it from the gun. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of game.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Manziel. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Cougars have their offense in high gear. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football, and they're going to try and lead the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
They'll move the tight end. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback, affect him, get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on third and long.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Robinson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory and now threatening to get the score. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Snagged in the middle. It's Robinson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Picked off. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on.